guys, welcome back. Today we have a couple of projects. I found several things on clearance at HomeGoods. The only problem is that they look new, brand new, and that's not gonna work in my garden. The one thing I love about cottage gardens is how everything looks like it's been there forever. So today I'm gonna show you a few techniques that I use to transform this gnome, the new pots and a few existing pots, and turn them into gorgeous, gorgeous patinaed mossy fixtures that look like they've been in my garden forever. Hope you'll stay tuned. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. I caught this adorable gnome at HomeGoods. Everything was on clearance. They started marking down all of their gardening supplies. The only thing I'm not crazy about is his color. It's resin, which makes it lightweight for sure, but it looks fake. I love everything else about it though. Look how tall it is. I think he's gonna be so cute in the garden. I might put him on a stand. I don't know where I'm gonna put him yet, but what I do know is I've gotta fix his color to like him a little bit more. For this guy, we're going to be using several things. We've got some wall texture. This is gonna help add texture, make it look old and dated. And then I've just got a whole variety of paint colors, lots of greens and browns. We're gonna just fake a old patina and moss looking gnome. But I also picked up some moss at HomeGoods. You're gonna also need some E6000, some clear enamel spray. I like the matte finish, sandpaper or a sanding block. And then you're gonna want the outdoor Modge Podge. It's gonna help seal in all of the things that we're gonna be doing today and make it better for being outdoors. If you wanna do Modge Podge on your terracotta pots, you'll need some decorative napkins, a terracotta pot, and some scissors. I've linked some beautiful napkins in my Amazon storefront. Oh yeah, and you're gonna want some cheap little paintbrushes and then just gloves so you don't get paint all over you. But this paper bag will be our surface and then we're good to go. This color is just a basic gray and all it is gonna do is look a little bit more like cement. So I just add a little water to it just to make it a little bit runnier. And then we're just going to add it just like that. Before you start, you just want to make sure you've wiped him off and that he's clean and dry. What you want to do just little sections at a time so that you can wipe it off with a paper towel. So just from where you started, and it already looks so much more like real concrete. We're just going to continue to do this all over the entire gnome. That way we have a base that looks like it's working from concrete and not a dark gray resin. Honestly, he's cute just like this. So I could just leave him and let him just look like a simple piece of concrete. But we're going to go a little bit further. I just want to get the back side. Okay, I like spray texture. You can use just regular drywall paste, but I like the way this goes on textured already for you. Sometimes I feel like the drywall paste, since it goes on so flat, it's really hard to get that blown in texture that you get from the spray wall texture. This was the cheapest brand I could find. And we're gonna add in some of these really cool green acrylics and try to make a mossy look. Again, we've got the actual moss. This will be just trial and error because Mr. Gnome here, I don't even know where I'm gonna put it. So we're just gonna run along here like we've done this before. And you guys are just gonna wish me luck. So we're gonna start with this color is Mossy Meadow. And I'm gonna mix my greens because nothing looks faker than just the same color green, right? So you're just gonna get a good mix of greens going. This one is light avocado. Again, there's no specific green for you to use. These are just the ones I'm choosing. The one I used the most though was this one. It's the Hauser Medium Green, but Decor Art brand. I like a variety. I also add a little bit of brown just because a natural patina usually does have some dirt involved. And as you can see, I'm not gonna mix them together. I'm just gonna use my brush to dab them. Just to get a nice patina, you're just going to continue to apply the dark brown paint, and you're just going to stipple it on just like that. What you don't want to do is just paint it. So definitely stippling, and then just every now and then go through, add your texture spray. And same thing, you're just going to stipple it on, okay, just like that. Sometimes things patina more in certain areas, so you just want it to be random like this. You don't want all of the patina in one area or vice versa. Might see if I can stick some moss here. Okay, so I think I need to rough this up a little bit. This will help the moss to adhere to this big, large area of his beard. So this is all mixed with Modge Podge. All of this is pretty wet. So we're just going to take it and press it and fill in his entire beard area. To me, this is the part where the character starts to develop. There we go. So what I wind up having to do was take E6000 because the moss is just so porous. So I just squeezed it all out of the tube and pressed it on, let it dry in the sun, and it seems to be holding. So we're gonna move forward and continue distressing or patinaing our little friend here. And then we'll just keep an eye on this and see how this holds up in the outdoors. I don't want this moss hurting any wildlife, so I'm gonna have to make sure that it's super hard. So I'll probably have to get some more E6000 and just press it on there really good. Again, patina happens randomly, so you definitely don't want it to be in any kind of pattern or to look like it's like all in one big run. So the more random it is, the more realistic it'll look. Gorgeous. Oh, look how pretty. Okay, so I think what we'll have to do, not sure about his little gray face. What do you guys think? But I do think I need some, definitely more patina like along the bottom, you know, like it's maybe just been sitting in water. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna do now is just kind of go through with the brown, and this is espresso. And I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off so that when I tap, it's just gonna kind of tone all of the colors down and just look dirty and aged. Okay, so since I put a little patch here, I think I want to do a couple more random patches. So I just used a razor blade to cut this open, and really that's the best way to just get the glue out. You can squeeze the tube, but there's still a lot of glue in here, so I want to use what's left of it. So I'm going to cut with this razor blade away from me. All right, I'm going to get what glue is left in there, and then we're going to stick our last bit of moss on there. Not quite sure where, just want to botch it up really good. I'm kind of thinking like up here. And then I'm just spreading it out super, super thin so that the glue holds it in place. I'll probably go put like a little topical glue. I think I'm gonna go over it with some Modge Podge. The Modge Podge is gonna kind of seal the moss. And then we'll let this dry and we'll come back in a little bit and see what the final product is and see if I need to do any more touch-ups. The only thing I need to do before I set him out to dry is to add texture into his beard, because this will definitely be full of patina. I feel like that'll make the moss look even more real. So we're gonna take a little break, let this dry, and then we're gonna go find a place. I've been kind of looking around, and I think I have a good spot in the garden for it. I think I want to put him right there in that gap. When he's all dry, we'll come and set him up. He's gonna look so cute right here. This is a perfect spot. All right, while we're waiting on him to dry, we're gonna work on a few more pots around the garden. I love to patina my terracotta pots. And this technique, using this drywall spray, the more it rains, the cooler they look. It actually turns it into even more realistic of a patina. We're gonna spray it on and dab it in just like we did on the gnome. Add a little color here and there, both the greens and the browns. Stipple it on just like the gnome. All right, now I want you to see that you can actually use dirt and rub that in as well, and that'll just give you the natural aged look. So you don't have to use paint. You can absolutely use things that are in your garden. I'm gonna spray it to protect the finish. And here they are together as a pair, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And they do look like they've been aging in my garden for quite a long time. And that's the look I'm going for. The next pot I'm most excited about, because this is your basic terracotta pot. It's the least expensive one that you can get just at regular box stores, at Home Depot or Lowe's. And this technique is gonna elevate this pot so much so that it looks so expensive when we're completely done. And it'll look like you paid a fortune for it. Now, the only thing I do differently on this smooth terracotta, I do go back through after it's been completely distressed with the wall texture, and I wipe some of it off. It just helps with this smoother surface to take this next step. And you can see how it just kind of naturally transforms into a really natural looking patina. All right, well, I think you'd agree that it looks gorgeous. I just need to spray it down. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it back up here with its twin, and they look beautiful as a pair. So the next thing we're gonna do is Modge Podge, and you're gonna start with that very similar technique where you just spray on the texture. Just dab it with the paper towel. If you've ever Modge Podge before, you know that you'll have to separate your napkin. It comes in several layers. I'm having to cut this one first. I'm just cutting out the design very roughly that I'd like. The wall texture is going to help blend the colors. When you figure out where you want the design to go, you first want to apply the Modge Podge to the surface. Then you're going to lay your napkin on there, however you want the design to fall. After you have the design pressed to the surface, you'll then Modge Podge over it. Now, little foam brushes will help with the delicacy of the napkin, so that is up to you how you'd like to apply it. All I have are these brushes here, and they can be a little bit rough on the napkin, so that's an option that you want to consider. I just didn't have any laying around my house, so this is why I use this little paintbrush. And you're just going to apply it on, making sure that the ends and the surfaces are all sealed so that water can't get behind it. And then you're just going to press it in on all surfaces, making sure none of the ends are exposed, because that is how they will break down. Once all my designs are in place, I go ahead and spray wall texture all around it just to continue to give that patina look. And then I just tap it in. Now, before I put them out in my garden, I'm going to spray them with that acrylic sealer, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And here's how they look in the garden. So I love how it brings out the vintage and brings the blue and the terracottas and the creams together. All right, let's go check on our gnome. He's nice and dry, so we're going to spray him down, make sure he is sealed, and then let's get him in his spot. I'm definitely going to have to move a few things around because you can't see him as much as I'd like to. From boring to majestic. All right, friends, let me know if you enjoyed this as much as I did. One of my favorite things to do in my garden is to transform spaces, and I think this definitely did that. If you like this video, please don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all your notifications, and if you really loved it, give it a hype. All right, you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.